It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defoe, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon and happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. We're in our Friday fun place, 10 Palms, Gulfstream Park, Hallandale Beach, Florida, planet Earth. And welcome back to the program. It is so good to see your smiling visage, Tony Segreto, living legend. And look who's showing up. Just right on time, not even late, because I was busy watching the first race at Keeneland. Chris Perkins, the esteemed Dolphins columnist, although I don't know if anything involving the Dolphins these days is that esteemed.
He can be esteemed.
No,
it's
no,
not his fault that the Dolphins are what the Dolphins are.
Two of his teammates were steamed.
I said esteemed, but
Right,
yeah,
right,
esteemed.
right, yes,
But
I know.
that's all good. All good. Welcome back, Tony. Welcome back, Chris, and welcome to the land of the living, Papa Lubie.
The land of the
Sleep
Yeah.
deprived. He came in. I saw him just like mainlining coffee, chugging it, injecting it in his veins. And we've got one. Jeff DeForest is out today, but that's okay because we've got a
full dais.
all-star cast of sports journalists. And
You know, this is an all-star cast. This is taking it over the top.
yes, so welcome back. First things first, Tony. How was your summer? You were up in Vermont. And-
It was delightful. Great. I mean, it was.
Well, I'm glad that you brought back some of the cooler, drier weather with you because it did
Yes, it's
feel
been
nice
nice.
out
It's
there. I
been
took a
nice.
little walk this morning. Perkins, I'm gonna ask. I was telling Lubie. I said I don't even think we're gonna talk about that team that you cover. I just want to keep it strictly on food, so we'll
That's
keep
fine.
everybody in a good mood.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. I've been making this little Thai style pepper dressing recently. That I
Nice.
use
Ooh.
Scotch bonnets and
Ooh.
serranos, sugar, salt.
Wow.
Do
you use
little
palm
bit of rice
sugar?
vinegar? No, I use
Use
regular
straight sugar
yeah,
because a lot of people, in the Asian community, when
Yep.
they do add the sweetness, they use the palm sugar, which is a little bit
Right.
more traditional.
The
I love the fact this guy's got range, Tony.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
got
He doesn't
range.
just have to talk football.
no,
Hey,
we can talk some
and-
food here.
Hey,
yeah.
I've got range.
Yeah.
Lubie's got range.
Lubie's got range.
Yeah.
He's got range
I've
now
got a
where
lot of
he,
range.
he reaches down. He can
I don't know where I am half the time.
he could load up a show and change a diaper at the same time now,
Yes,
right?
he
Been
can.
doing that all
Yes,
week.
he can.
Versatility there.
Yeah.
His baby's been home since Monday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And
So that
beautiful.
gives him 5 full days of
Yes.
working knowledge of the baby.
Yeah.
And here at the Lunchbox, we are progressive. We believe in paternity leave, except we got bills to pay. So I said, Lubie, take all the
Well,
time you
Luca,
need, except for the 2 hours that we need you here.
He said, "Okay, I can't wait to get out of the house."
Yeah. Now, did Shirley is she upset that you're departing today for a road show, or does she understand? And number one, number two, are you ecstatic to get out of the house? Because it is nice to get a little bit of a breather. I guess.
So to answer all those, first, I being a man of 1 divorce, 2 being with my wife for now almost 9 years.
Still trailing Defoe by 2.
She's no. Unlike Default, I learned after the first one. Like she's trained me, or whatever word you want to use, where I've learned, okay, if I'm gonna do a thing that she's okay with, but it could go sideways, go over the top, so that when you leave, there's nothing she can say.
Good
Way
man.
So-
to go.
So I
Yes.
walked Wolf at
Good
9,
man.
but then the minute after, I changed the baby, I fed the baby, I did the dishes, I did the pool filter while Wolf laid down and watched me clean the pool filter. I then, before I left, made her breakfast and made her coffee, so that, and she was able to sleep 2 different intervals of an hour and a half extra than I got to sleep. So an extra like 4 hours on me. So there's the 4 hours I'm gone. So not even that. She was actually cool no matter what, because Luca's been really good. Like he's a newborn. You sleep, you eat, you let the food out, watch her compete.
right.
So like, there's not much for her. Like, so she's fine with him. Like most of the time when I'm there, even when I want to do stuff, she like hoards him. Like she's like very motherly, which is really cool to see. But just to be safe, I was like, let her get her sleep because she's I'm used to not sleeping a lot. My wife is not. My wife's used to getting like 8 or 9 a night. So it's like, okay, if she can somehow get 7 or 8, however it comes, I've done my part, and then now I can hear, drink, eat, and not have to
There
worry
you go.
about
Get
it.
your away time. Hey, Tony, in progeny news, there I hear that you have some news in your family that it's growing, but not with newborns, but with in-laws, right?
My son got engaged.
Nice.
Mazel tov.
And he lives in where? Atlanta?
He lives in Atlanta.
Okay, congratulations.
And his wife,
is she nice?
she's really nice.
Is she rich?
That would be the trifecta right there.
She's working on it.
Okay.
And my daughter's working on Sunday Night Football, and she is in New York.
Yeah, no, she's doing great, and
She's kicking butt.
she scoops up Emmy awards and things like that. So very proud, Papa
Nice.
Tony. And Chris Perkins, no progeny that you know of.
No. Right, exactly.
What's the problem?
I know. See,
There
there's
is
the
no
question.
problem.
He's smart. He's looking at my face.
Look
He's
at
like,
that
yeah, I'm
smile.
happy that way.
Got to keep the
Hey,
overhead low. Yeah.
I might marry Lubie, all the stuff he's doing for his wife. I mean, my goodness, that's good
You're
stuff.
going to get husband of the week.
Yeah.
And so,
my
meanwhile,
best.
we've got a
Keep her
big
happy.
weekend upcoming here at Gulfstream Park at 10 Palms and upstairs in the 3rd floor Flamingo Room tomorrow. We're going to be joined by Joe Beja later, but they're having their monthly taste at the track, and tomorrow is a Caribbean and rum theme, which is always fun. That's going to be kicking off at 12 p.m. with the VIP. If you want tickets, I think Joe said there are still a few available, and you could go online right now to gulfstreampark.com/events and get your tickets now. That's on the 3rd floor. And then Sunday, we're going to be having our seasonal Sunday brunch bash. And, I'm going to be there. I don't know if Tony can make it. You're invited as
I'm
well.
trying to make it.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
if you
then
can go, that'd be
Lubie
great
can't
because I don't
make
think
it.
I can make it. So
It's going to be a
I'd
little
love to
bit
have
of a.
more people
We're going to
representing.
call it a small but quality field because a lot of contest winners can't make it. So right now it's looking, we've been bringing out like 30 to 40 people the last few times. This time it's looking more on the lines of like 15 to 20.
We'll see what happens. The last couple of days, people
but that's okay. People, I'm telling people, if you want to come and join us, discounted rate of $44 per person. I'm going to extend the RSVP period until tomorrow morning at about noon. But again, all you got to do is email me at mikemayoeats@gmail.com. And that's the all-day buffet with great omelet station, carvery, the great ice cream sundae bar, and the great pastry and dessert display. It is worth the money. You get a mimosa apiece. And it's going to be a fun day because there's also going to be football on. There's also going to be simulcast racing from Keeneland. And I guess one of the football games that we'll be watching or maybe not watching at 1 p.m.
I don't know who's
is that team that Perkins covers that shall remain nameless.
They play at 1 o'clock?
They do.
Yeah,
in Cleveland.
They still in the league?
Yes. Let me ask Perky. And quickly, the food lineup here today. It's National Pasta Day. And a lot of people love their pasta. Me, too much. My doctor was lecturing me yesterday because even though my numbers are good, he just says, just do keto and get away from the pasta. I was like, how can I get away from pasta? I love it so much. Here we got the beautiful, what is it, rigatoni alla vodka with the blackened shrimp. That is a gorgeous thing. And then I ordered a burger, the Pat LaFrida burger, medium rare, and it came out perfectly medium rare. I devoured a quarter of that after my morning walk. We got chicken tortilla soup. Tony with his traditional Greek salad with the feta and a grilled chicken on top. And we haven't gotten anything for Perk yet, but we're going to rectify that during the break.
I'll get some.
We got to get some drinks in you, too.
Perk's a great order. So
considering that team that shall remain nameless that you cover can drive people to drink.
See, what's funny is
I didn't get an answer to my question.
Which was?
Are they still in the league?
Yes.
Yes, they need to be relegated, right? Like in soccer.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would make Stephen Ross get off of his rear, honestly. Like, instead of this stuff where he
Nothing
gives guys too many chances.
motivates like fear. And like you said, like they do in the Premier League in soccer in UK, in England, It would be cool if they relegated the
Oh,
bottom
man.
10% into the college football ranks
Into
or
the
something.
SEC.
That would be-
Give them some respect, right? Don't send them to like the
The
Lone
ACC
Star
or Big
Conference.
12, yeah.
Put them in the SEC. Make them have to work for it.
I
Get
like
back up
that
to the
idea.
NFL. Yeah.
All right, let me ask, are you going to Cleveland?
I'm not.
Okay.
Dave Hyde is going along with
geez. Really?
David Ferronis. Have you guys seen the weather?
It's rough. No, it's going to
it's
be
ru-
like a
it's-
nor'easter kind of a thing.
Oh yeah, it's going to be raining. It's like 100% chance of rain.
Oh, and the Dolphins and Tua
Well,
relishes
that
the
bad
inclement
weather. Right,
Well, they're
weather is
supposed to
no
be
problem
50,
for that
60
team, right?
mile-an-hour winds.
Right.
They're
It's
supposed
going to be some
rough.
gale force winds. Like it's going to be true mistake by the lake type weather. So it's going to be interesting. The team whose offense can't get going is going to have one more obstacle. Their run defense is absolutely awful.
So the Dolphins have one more obstacle.
Right,
Yes,
like as if they need
yeah,
it, right?
yeah.
Hurdles are no problem.
Not
for
only
team,
that,
right?
but I was looking at the schedule. They actually have 3 games remaining in this month because they play a Thursday
Right.
night game, quick turnaround, at Cleveland this Sunday, at Atlanta next Sunday, and then what is it? A home game against the Ravens
A home
on
game
the
against the
Thursday.
1-5
Which,
Ravens.
they're not
Right.
the same
And-
Ravens. Like,
And the Ravens, like I think, remember we had a Monday night game against the winless Jets when the Dolphins were winless, and I called that either the toilet bowl or the loser bowl.
Right.
I think the one on the 30th is going to be called the disappointment bowl
Yes.
because these are the
Yes.
2 most
Yep.
disappointing
Yep.
teams in
Yep.
the league thus far. 1-5 records for both.
Yep.
All right, we are talking about your team now.
well,
Yeah,
I was
no,
going
I-
to
you know
say
what?
about Perk when you were like, we don't have to do that to Perk. I was going to say Perk actually likes talking about the Dolphins. I just don't.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
I
you know
don't
what?
like
I
talking
don't-
about them. I don't like watching
you
them.
know what? I don't understand. And I covered them for a long time.
Decades.
Right.
Legendary Tony Segreto.
Yep.
This team just doesn't care, or they
Or it looks like it.
What's
no
the problem? I mean,
accountability,
we always
know-
hear about the coach, like they're making some fundamental errors, too many men on the
Mhm.
field and penalties that look stupid all the time. And then, running into kicker, you have a defensive,
Oh, God.
a
Yeah.
highly
The
paid
Steeler- the
defensive
Steeler
lineman
play.
running into
I forgot about the
punters.
Steeler play.
And,
Yep.
and so what is your estimation? What the heck is going on?
what's the problem?
The bottom line is they're just not very good.
That's it, right?
really,
That is it.
that
That's
really
it, right?
is it. That really is it. And I overestimated how the front 7 was going to be. I thought they were going to be able to stop the run and put pressure on the quarterback. They haven't been able to do either of those. You knew the secondary was going to be weak. The secondary has turned out to be weak. You knew that they would struggle after Tyreek got hurt offensively. That's happened. Darren Waller has been a pleasant surprise, but he's been shut down for stretches. Patrick Paul at left tackle has been a pleasant surprise. We'll see what he does against Myles Garrett this weekend. But what I wrote Thursday or Wednesday was that the Mike McDaniel era is going from mediocre to failure.
Right?
They are close to being a failure. Mike McDaniel could end up with a worse winning percentage than
Any of the
Brian
guys.
Flores,
Yep.
Adam Gase, Tony Sperano. He could only be above Joe Philbin of recent coaches.
Oh,
Philbin had a 471 winning percentage.
That's
That's-
pitiful.
great.
That's
So-
pitiful.
Well,
Tony.
pitiful.
That's
and
pitiful,
you
Tony.
were very quick to catch on to the trend that
Yep.
they can't beat a good team.
Correct.
They can't beat a winning team.
Correct.
Netherlands, and it used to be they can't beat a playoff team. Now they just can't beat any winning team.
Right.
And so
This,
what was the fatal error? Was it hitching the wagon to Tua and giving him a long-term guarantee, contract that is, let's
Strapping
say,
him
looking,
on, okay.
let's say it's looking more vastly overinflated and as a bad value, worse than jumbo stone crabs today.
Right. What are we on day 2 of Stone Crab
Yeah,
season, right?
that's right.
Yeah, that's
And
some
that's
great
going to be our
news.
contest too.
Oh,
We're going to
beautiful,
be getting to that.
beautiful.
Do you know today is our 150th week at Gulfstream
Jesus.
Park?
Wow.
Our 150th contest.
That's amazing.
Everybody ridiculed me, Perk. They said it's too complicated. Nobody's going to know what the heck is going on. You got to give a restaurant trivia. You got to give a horse. Now I give the dolphin or football tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Every week,
People get
scores
involved,
of
yeah.
people send in their picks. They get it.
Great.
I
Huge
mean,
success.
people, and even Joe Beja is pleasantly surprised. 150 weeks of the contest. We'll get to that later when Joe Beja appears. But I distracted you because what were we talking about again?
We were talking about
the Dolphins.
he was
Not
slinging
the
them.
inability to beat any winning team.
Well,
now
the
instead
Tua,
of
the
just
Tua
playoff
was
team.
Tua's contract the thing, or what else would you put it on?
I think they misread the results of the 2023 season
Yep.
across the board.
And it
Yep.
went
They-
south in that Tennessee
Yep.
game. That's
Yes.
that's the dividing line.
They're
between
11 and 18 since, including that game. Since they were 9 and 3, they've gone
Right.
11 and 18
and
since.
things were looking so up.
They
at
look
that
great. They were the
point.
number
Well,
one team
here's
in
the
the
thing.
league at that point.
Here's the thing: they thought that they were a good team when they were 9 and 3,
Yeah.
and that whole season in 2023, all they did was beat bad teams
Mhm.
and lose to good teams.
Yep.
They were 1 and 6 that season against playoff teams, and they only averaged 16 points per game. The number one offense in the league over a 7-game sample size, you average 16 points per game. That should have sent up red flags.
Yes.
Right.
It didn't. They went the other way. Contract extension for you. Contract extension for you.
Yeah.
And I was just yelling, you guys are not a good team. You beat a bunch of bad teams. And because of that, you give the extension to Jalen Ramsey. He's gone after a year. You give the extension to Tyreek. He gives the I'm out, bro speech. And
Right.
then he gets
And here it
injured.
is. Did
Mike
you ever see a
McDaniel's
player
status
so
is
happy
shaky.
as when he went down and was
He was-
carted off? He was
Yeah,
like,
he was
"Oh
like,
my
yeah,
God,
I
I
go,
know,
weird.
It was
just
just
send the
thrilled.
checks directly
He
to
was
my
Shula,
ex-wife."
Shula must just be turning over in his grave over and over again, because this
Well, it's
It's-
sad what
it's-
the franchise has become.
I don't even watch him.
I
And
will say
Stephen Ross
this.
doesn't seem to care because he
He-
just makes his money.
He cares. I'll correct 2 misperceptions. Steve
Okay.
Ross does care. He wants to win very, very badly.
Okay.
Then why
He
does
just
he
doesn't-
still retain the employment of Chris Greer? But anyway, go ahead.
That's the problem. He doesn't know who to turn to, because I'll ask you this, or I'll say this. To me, the big reason that Mickey Arison is a good owner is
He lucked out
because
and
he
got
hired
Riley. He
Pat
lucked out and
Riley.
got Riley. Yeah.
The reason that Vinny Viola is such a
They
good
lucked out
owner,
and got Bill
Zito.
Zito.
exactly. You
Give
got
it to
Zito.
And these guys, and Bill
And
Zito
so-
wasn't a known commodity either at that point.
And so Steve Ross needs to find his Pat Riley
Yeah,
or
yeah.
his Bill Zito. Steve Ross spends money on the facilities.
Yeah.
In all the GM surveys that the league does, the facilities are great, the food is great, the charter plane is great, the locker room is great,
Yeah.
the product on the field
Yeah.
is booty cheeks.
Okay,
I mean,
but-
let's just say it.
Okay,
So,
but like, and Defoe brought this up this morning, and it's actually I've wondered a lot. Like, titans of industry are known to not have long leashes for their employees. What I don't understand is why does he then have long leashes for the employees of his football team? Like, I don't.
because he likes the peace and harmony in the building right now that they have with Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel. You guys remember
I get
before
it.
you had
Yeah,
Mike
Donna
Tannenbaum
Ponte
and Donna
and-
Ponte and Jeff Ireland, and you had 3 voices
heads,
just yelling different stuff in your ear. Now he's got peace and harmony. Everybody in that building is pulling on the same rope, except they're losing the
Yeah, I
tug
was
of
gonna
war.
say.
That's the big
And
problem.
they wear their jammies around the complex when it's like Christmas time. It's so heartwarming to see such a bunch of lovable, cuddly figures.
But you know,
Except-
the players do care. They do like Mike McDaniel. They respect Mike McDaniel. They're going to stop listening to Mike McDaniel.
That's what it feels
soon,
like, yeah.
and that's the problem.
That's
is
the
that,
problem right
yes,
there.
we love this
Well-
guy. He lets us do whatever we want, but
you
this
listen
is
to
not
him
leading
and-
to winning football.
and he speaks gobbledygook. You don't
But-
understand the thing he said. I don't know what he says behind closed doors. Besides, he curses a lot. We know that from the
But-
HBO series. We're
you
all
know,
good. Thank you. Oh,
This has been the same Mike McDaniel since 2022, and it irritates you when he's losing. But when he was winning, it was like, yeah, Mike is so funny and he's such a good guy. And look at the swag, look at the watch, look at
Yeah.
the sunglasses. And now people are like, the capri pants have got to go, and
Right.
the sunglasses have
They
got to
hate
go.
everything about
yes, he
him.
needs
Yeah.
to focus on winning football games. It's the
It
same
seems
Mike
like-
McDaniel.
Now I
It's
got to
just
ask you
irritating
because
people
you
more.
wrote I thought you were channeling me for a second back in the day, but you wrote a pretty hard hitting column the other day about how McDaniel's gone, or
Yeah,
everybody
should-
knows it,
Yes,
and
he shouldn't return next
he
season.
shouldn't return next
Yeah, there's
season.
no way. He's
And the thing is, when you have that lame duck status,
Yeah.
we're gonna keep seeing the things that we have been seeing, which is a lot of things where people don't look to have their head in the game, and people are tuning him
dumbass
out. And
mistakes. Yeah.
Ineptitude.
but so what do you? Okay, number one, how is it showing up the next day after that column? Because I always used to love that
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
And then just number two, would it serve the Dolphins at all to just get rid of him now and just start the process, or is it just let this ship keep sinking and see what happens.
I didn't hear about the column until 2 days after, but
What happened? I want to hear this.
I'll just say that I was confronted.
Did they call you into the office? Because I used to sometimes get called into the office.
This was a locker room confrontation.
Oh, wow.
By players? He had henchmen?
No.
Okay.
No. But it was. We ended up agreeing to disagree
But I was going to
because
say,
there's
nothing
people
you
who
said was a
don't.
lie.
No, there's people who just don't like that I'm putting stuff out there.
Oh,
That's the
get it.
truth, though.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
it's
get it.
factual.
If it's
and it's true.
McDaniel himself, do you just say, "Hey, you're going to get paid, so
Yeah,
it's not
well,
like
he's
you're going to
gonna-
starve."
Well, and he's young. He's gonna do the track he should have done.
He'll
He's
do
gonna get to go
more
be an OC
assistant coaching.
because again, a lot of the math wasn't done. He wasn't really an OC. He was a run game coordinator that was probably going to get swept away. So Kyle Shanahan wanted to keep him, so he gave him the title. But it was Joe Philbin. He did not call plays. He wasn't even a coordinator. Like Kyle Shanahan's one of those overbear, and it's probably why they lose in the big games because he's so involved with so many different things that when you're the OC under Kyle Shanahan, you're not the OC. You're not getting any of those experiences, let alone head coaching kind of experience. So he'll probably go on the route and he'll be fine. And I think he's a talented guy and I think he'll be okay. He just wasn't ready for this. And that's what it feels like over and over again.
So,
but like your cohort Dave Hyde on our show a few months ago said something that was very interesting, and it actually rings a lot true to me. And I'm curious what they do about it going forward. Everyone from Chris Greer to McDaniel feels like they're in a position higher than they really should be. Greer's really a scout, not a GM, it feels like at this point. McDaniel's really a guy that should have gotten his first OC
a coordinator, right?
And not a head coach. So even I don't even know.
And Tua should really be a second string coordinator.
Tua's a starter on an average team. He's not a franchise guy.
Let's talk about Tua and his comments this week. And what did you make of all that?
Did you get confronted in the locker room by
I went up to somebody because I knew that there was some simmering resentment, and so that's when but it was peaceful.
Yeah,
there was
fine.
no
Well,
real gnashing of teeth. It was just more attitude than anything.
So it wasn't like me and Brian Cox where we almost got
it was
fisticuffs.
not like that. It was not like that.
You see, like Mike, when Mike and I were doing it.
Yep.
Everybody loved Tony. He was Mr. He was Mr. Positive.
Tony,
He'd do the coaches show, lob those softballs right over the plate.
Yeah, Tony came with
back
facts.
in the day, I had I came from the Northeast.
Yep.
I was not used to the level of let's say
the sun shields you out here. The sun and the beach kind of chill you out. Yeah.
Shula was not used to being questioned,
right?
Let alone criticized.
Yep.
So it was. Now I'm sure behind closed doors you could have conversations.
Oh
with him
yeah,
yeah. But
he would always take me behind closed doors,
right,
and lay into me.
Why? What did you do?
I would say things that he didn't like.
Okay. Because sometimes I guess it's nice to be the punching bag sometime of the guy.
You know what? But it was nice to be his. Watch this.
Okay.
And
he would break down film for you and stuff like that. Yeah, that's nice.
But he would.
He didn't give me that honor. I would have to go down the hall to Mike Westhoff or even Oliver Dottie would show me film about the 3 plays that Thurman. If it wasn't for these 3 runs by Thurman Thomas,
that's the
we would have
Dottie
held them to
special.
2.6 rushing yards.
Thurman Thomas.
No, I hated
He wasn't playing anymore.
Yeah, he wasn't even there. He was still pitching.
Oh man! All right. Well,
so Tua's comments. Here's my thing on Tua. Tua is tone deaf.
Right?
And so,
is that what it
yes.
is?
And so
right?
what I say to that is, when he does the show me the money, which was a dare from an assistant coach, which shows how tone deaf the coaches are also.
Jeez.
There's people out there living paycheck to paycheck. You just got 4 years, $212 million, and you're saying show me the money. That's tone deaf. When he said, I go home after tough games and I play with my kids and I play video games.
No one wants to hear that.
What he meant to say was, after a tough day at the office, I go home with my kids. They're happy to see daddy, and that washes away all the bad stuff for me. That's not what he said. That's not how it was received, right? There's 2 parts of communication, how the message is sent and how the message is received. Tua is tone deaf to that. And so he was frustrated after this game. And so he talks about players being late or not showing up to player-led meetings. You have basically.
What is that about? During the week, they have their own little
so,
private sessions without coaches?
Yes. So what happens is there's a bunch of meetings, as you guys know, when you're in the NFL. You get there at like 8 a.m. There's a big team meeting. And then before you practice, you have your position meetings, running backs, wide receivers. Then you practice. Then after practice, you have position meetings again to go over what happened in practice. And there's also players only meetings, which I wrote about back in November, where it's called by the Leadership Council, which the Leadership Council is the team captains plus one player from each position group. So it's the team captains plus one wide receiver.
Sounds like the United Nations. There's like
I've never heard of.
just go out and win a freaking game.
I know. So that's a different meeting. What Tua is talking about is on Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, and Friday morning, it'll be like the quarterback and the receivers and the running backs. And they'll have a meeting, they'll watch film. That's what he is talking about. Those are led by players. Those are, the quarterback or whoever. He pretty much indicted everybody because he didn't name names. And so it's like, and then
he throws everybody under the bus by not saying there's one or two bad apples.
And not clarifying. And so people are thinking, well, didn't you have this problem last year when Mike McDaniel talked about players being late to team meetings?
Hold it, Tony.
And that's a different type of meeting. Look at Tony's got that reach.
I thought that table was far away. He made it. He's giving me a look like
finger roll. Tony can finger roll.
My depth perception is off.
I thought it was going on the ground. That was impressive.
Come on, look at Tony. He's spry.
Okay, so let me ask you, wouldn't it be? Isn't he telling on himself then?
Yes, he's a team leader.
Isn't the person that would? If you said they respect him, right?
Correct.
Or McDaniel, they respect. If they respected Tua, put it this way, and it's a reach. There's probably other guys. Burrow. I was about to go Brady.
No, you're going on the right track.
But let's say Burrow. Like if Burrow's holding a meeting, I feel like his guys are there, right?
Yep, they're showing
so
up.
if they're not showing up, Tua, it's on you. Like they're not showing up because they don't respect you, Tua. Like
100% correct.
So you know what this all is? It's just endemic of a losing team.
It is.
When you have a really disappointing and a team and a bunch of losses, this is the stuff that starts percolating, and then everything is criticized. Oh, you shouldn't say that. Oh, this is an indictment of that. And what I meant to say earlier is that Dolphins, I don't know if they've done it in their history, but they have a chance to lose 5 games in October because they are winless in October. Right. I don't know if they've had any 05 Decembers. It seems like they should, but based on what we've seen. But it's tough to lose 5 games in a single month, and they might be on track. What do you think? All right.
So Mike McDaniel, I don't know when he'll be fired. If he's fired, I don't know what the right timing would be. There's a chance. November 17th. They play
in Spain.
Yes, they play Washington.
I'm not going
on November 16th. Oh, I thought you were going to go.
I thought I was too, but then I saw what was happening, and there's just too. It's like no, I'm going to go in the spring and not have to even blemish the trip with having to deal with going to see that.
Yeah. So that could be a natural time. We had thought maybe after after the Jets game or after the Buffalo game.
Well, if they did like the Panthers did with that coach that left on the side of the road in Carolina, maybe they'll have McDaniel just go to Spain and then close the door on the plane.
Exactly, and he'll be at
take
the
a
airport.
little siesta.
Exactly.
Go down to Barcelona for a few weeks.
Yeah, you remember Joe Philbin was fired after the trip to England, after the trip to London. So,
I do not remember that. Yeah, it's all a blur.
Yeah. That I know. That's how
a blur of mediocrity.
Philbin, yes, the Philbin error.
Error.
Yeah. So it's hard to say what the correct time should be, but I don't know that he makes it through the entire season.
1 week at a time. All right, so you're not going to Cleveland. Hyde drew the short straw.
Hyde wanted
do you
to go.
miss anything about? Well, he's one of those.
He's an Ohio
guys.
guy, right?
So
he went to Miami, Ohio, right?
Enjoys that.
He's not going to enjoy the weather.
Cleveland has some decent restaurants.
I like Cleveland. I actually like Cleveland.
Ken, the professor, is up there this weekend, and Michael Simon, the well-known chef, he has a couple of restaurants there.
Cleveland, we had blast in Cleveland.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I used to like going there. They had great corner bars where you could just get a good kielbasa and drink some beer and be out the door for $10 back in the day.
We're going to Pittsburgh for a Monday night game later. I like those Rust Belt cities. I didn't go to Detroit. I like those Rust Belt cities, right, Tony?
Pittsburgh was a great
Pittsburgh
city.
is a great place.
I
They're
loved
very
it.
passionate.
Marino's
very passionate.
hometown,
Right.
so people would enjoy the Dolphins being
one
there.
of my best memories on this beat was a few
Joe
years
Beach.
ago. We were in Pittsburgh, and I had beers with Marino for a couple of hours. I never stay at the team hotel, but I ended up staying at the team hotel. I'm downstairs. I always spend my Saturdays drinking beer and watching college football.
Mhm.
I was at the bar pretty much alone, and Marino comes up and, Perk, can I join you? Are you kidding me? And so
No, yeah.
we talked Dolphins for like maybe 5 minutes. The rest of the time was Dan talking about how he grew up and there
Yeah.
Oh,
in
you were in
Pittsburgh,
Pittsburgh?
and we were
Oh,
in Pittsburgh.
Marino.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice when you get
So
to
Is he like a hero
see
there?
the other side.
Yeah, of course.
It's been
Yeah,
years,
he's a
but
legend,
like-
yeah. So yeah, I love those Rust Belt cities.
All
I
right,
mean,
so we got to take our first break. Joe Beja is waiting in the wings, and we're going to have to draw straws. Tony, I think you're going to take the break because Chris,
okay.
you'll be here again next week, right? You're here for a few weeks.
Yes.
Okay, and we'll have you back in at the end of the show.
Yeah.
And we're going to let you, kind of,
Relax.
if you want to be like Defoe, just go pound
Go
your,
make some
plunge
bets,
your
yeah, go make
guts
some
out at
bets.
the betting windows. Before we take the first break, I got to talk about the upcoming Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. It is right around the corner, January 19th to the 25th of 2026. It's only 3 months away. Hard to
Yes,
believe.
sir.
And go online to vlfoodwine.com to get your tickets today. Grand tasting is going to be Saturday, the 24th. The VIP tickets are already sold out. So the general admission tickets are going to be a hot commodity. Get them while you can. vlfoodwine.com. And then, of course, we got things like the barbecue battle that's going to be on the Friday night,
Yep.
the wok and roll, Asian themed on the Thursday night. And then there's going to be a whole host of other seminars, cooking demonstrations, classes, and also those great intimate dinners. The full lineup is going to be announced probably about the beginning of November.
Nice.
And it is a stellar lineup.
Yep.
VLFoodWine.com to get your tickets today. All the info is on there. Going to be a great time. Makes a great gift for the holidays for
Yeah.
the food lover in your life. All right, let's take the first break. Tony, thank you. Great to have you back.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to get Joe Beja in talking about the big weekend that's coming up after these words. When people ask me about the best restaurants in South Florida, Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef-founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended for a special occasion or any occasion. Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk and Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for Sunday brunch and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-face smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, upscale food in a down-home setting, the chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have daily happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Looking for a real New York slice? Check out Peter's Pizzeria, your neighborhood pizza shop. With 2 locations, 1166 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach and 897 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca Raton. Slices, whole pies, specialty pizzas, heroes, rice balls, salads, pastas, and Mama's homemade desserts. It's New York flavor, Florida made. Originally from Long Island, Peter brings passion and pride to his pizzas. No matter where you're from, you'll feel right at home. Open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner with delivery and takeout. Place your order today at mypeters.com. A tradition for South Florida sports fans for more than 30 years. Shenanigans. It's at 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach, the place to go for all your favorite teams and events and food that's not your ordinary sports bar fare. Award-winning wings, burgers, fresh fish, and more, TV screens galore, and all-day happy hour specials. The kitchen and bar are open into the wee hours, perfect for late-night bites and very close to the airport. For playoff action, football season, and a good time anytime, Shenanigans. Great seafood and more at Mignonette, Miami. It's in the Edgewater neighborhood at 210 Northeast 18th Street, close to the Arch Center and Heat Arena. Mignonette is open every day for dinner, and it serves the freshest fish and raw bar items with a daily selection of the finest oysters around. Chef owner Danny Surfer and his team are eager to please. Mignonette is Michelin Guide recommended and Lunchbox approved. For reservations and information, go to mignonnettemiami.com. All right, we're back at Gulfstream Park, 10 Palms. Going to be a big weekend, and we are now joined by Joe Bezier, the great
Joe.
direct. I forgot the title. Executive Director of Hospitality here at Gulfstream Park. We've got Chris Perkins. We were talking football, but enough of that for now, because it is National Pasta Day, and Joe, spectacular job with the rigatoni alla vodka. Very nicely done today with the blackened shrimp. And as an Italian, what does National Pasta Day mean to you?
Oh my God, I'm Italian, so every day is like National Pasta Day.
Right.
You know, doctors warning me about cutting back on the carbs and stuff like that.
No,
but
I
it's
got the
tough.
lecture
it's
yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
was
got
like,
mine on Monday.
Oh, okay. Like, just
So-
go keto. I was like, no, I want bread.
Yes.
I want pizza.
Yeah.
I want pasta.
Yeah,
But good job.
thank you.
So, all right. Well, once we got Perk here, are there any football questions that you have for him?
Or anything you want to talk about?
When are the Giants going to well, no,
When are they going to win their next Super Bowl? 'Cause
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think honestly with having Chris here is like, you know, with everything going on with the Dolphins and the whole Tua situation, the comments and the no comments, it just seems like it's going downhill fast. So I would say, is McDaniel going to last the year, or do you think he's going to be gone mid-season?
I don't think he makes it through the season.
Yeah.
I don't.
Don't? You really
I
don't?
do not.
We were
No, I
discussing
really
this,
do not.
yeah.
I don't. I
Because
don't know.
he didn't give a week.
He's
and he
just
wasn't
circling
sure.
the calendar. If they go 0-5 in October, I don't think he makes it to November.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
If
Correct.
they've got to win one of these next 3 games.
Yeah. And I mean, you've already lost to Carolina and to the Chargers.
Which
blowing
was
leads.
worse?
Carolina. You
Yeah.
can't blow a 17-0 lead.
Yeah, that was weird to a
Yeah.
bad team.
Right.
Yeah.
That's and so that's the thing. Like, you know, it's thank goodness for his standpoint that they beat the Jets, but they had to hold on to win that game. It was 27-21.
I love the McDaniel quote after the last game. You know, after they seemingly go for a game-winning drive, and Tua actually looks like a hero,
Right.
and then they give up
The
a field
kickoff
goal, and then
return,
and at the end, he just, what was his quote? Like,
it sucks.
no, but he also was saying, in order to win, you have to win, and if you don't
If you
win,
lose, you
then
can't
you
win.
lose.
You
If you
win,
lose,
you
you can't win.
Right.
And I think
was-
that's just a distillation of my old line, which is bad teams find a way to lose, and
Yes.
good teams find a way to win.
Yes.
And they're not a good team; they're a horrible team.
Yes.
So they're finding new horrible ways to lose. So that's what I enjoy watching now.
Yeah.
What I think too is also it's reflecting on him in the sense that, you know, I know he had a brilliant offensive mind. That's the reason why he's hired. But there are also men or coaches in the league in the NFL, in my opinion, that are amazing coordinators. But that's their top.
Right.
Right.
And to me, McDaniel, wherever he listen,
this
selfishly,
point,
if there's a change in New York, which I don't think there is now with Jackson Dart saving Daboll's job,
Yeah.
but if Kafka went on somewhere, I would love Mike McDaniel
As an
then
OC.
as my
Yep.
OC.
Yep.
Would love
Yeah.
him as an OC.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wouldn't like him as a head coach.
Yep.
Right.
And I think he'll
Yeah,
be
yeah.
one. I think he'll be one and done. I don't think there's a second chance.
Yep.
Really, I think if you
Yeah,
who
spend
knows,
another
10
10 years
years,
and
yeah.
then get the seasoning that you need,
like
but
a Charles Nagy, Spagnolo kind of thing.
Yeah,
hang
yeah.
out in Kansas City for like half a dozen years
Yeah, yeah.
or so, and all of a
I
sudden
mean, he's
you're-
young. Remember, he's in his
you're
like
good.
early 40s. Is he
Yeah.
in his
Like,
early
I think
40s?
he's
Yeah.
44, maybe.
Like,
who
he-
McDaniel?
Yeah,
now?
like he has time to do the seasoning that he needs, and then maybe someone gives him a chance. But he's just not ready now.
Maybe he
yeah.
could go to the college ranks, and as Defo says, the best job in the world is to be a failed head coach in college football, because then you get showered
buyouts,
with tens
yeah,
of
the
millions of
buyouts.
dollars in the
Yeah.
buyouts. So
You
Fair
know
enough.
what? If he could communicate better, the preferred route would be go to ESPN and impress people, and people like the JJ Redick and all
Yeah.
these Lewis
But
Riddick, and
he would-
everybody
he would have
hears you
to-
and they think you're smart. 'Cause you
he would
never
have to talk
actually
plain
coach.
English
Yeah,
and
That's
not
the thing.
Not his,
not
yeah, the
Kierkegaard or Nietzsche.
Correct.
or,
Yeah.
but
But look,
I'm sure.
Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo. That's right. That's like one of the stories
fun.
of the league right
It
now.
is, yeah.
Yeah, you're a lucky man.
I am very
No.
lucky for first time in like 4 or 5 years, because even that first year in Dayball, I was excited, but I still
Right.
didn't
You
have
know what
faith
to
in
hold
like
on to.
No,
Yeah.
the
Danny
story
Dimes
of
and all that
the
stuff.
league this week is Joe freaking Flacco. The guy is in
Yeah.
formaldehyde, and
Yeah.
he comes out.
exactly.
And he gets traded by an in-division, a rival,
right.
and he
Yeah.
comes out and he beats,
Amazing.
Pittsburgh. It's great.
Crazy.
I always enjoy seeing Aaron Rodgers lose too, so that was good.
Did you see the situation last night where he got barreled over by his offensive lineman?
Yes, yeah.
There was like offensive line was celebrating with him and like knocked him over, and he got up and he like shoved the offensive lineman. Like, what the hell are you doing, dude? Don't touch me.
Yeah. So here's a question though, because I always like to pair teams with food.
Yeah.
So if you're a Giants fan right now, what is the meal that you would eat to watch Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo have this resurgence? I mean, like with the Dolphins, you would probably eat like oatmeal or something.
like to me,
Right now, Dolphins versed. The
Yeah.
first.
Oh, that's
but,
very nice.
for me, like Jersey to me is always quintessential. The breakfast sandwich,
Oh, the
you
roll.
know, with the
okay.
Taylor ham, the
Yeah,
Taylor roll, pork
yeah,
roll, whatever you want to
okay.
call it. That's kind of like thing. I think that would be, because I know.
Yeah.
My cousin is a season ticket holder for the Giants, and he's like, to get in and out of MetLife Stadium is a nightmare. So he
Mm.
gets there,
Yeah.
like if it's a 1:00 game, he's there like at 8 or 9
He has
in the
breakfast,
morning.
lunch, and
Yeah,
dinner.
he's having they're having like breakfast sandwiches and stuff like that.
kind of like
early
the
in the
brunch
morning.
buffet.
Yeah,
Just
like a
stay
brunch,
all day and
yeah.
eat
Yeah.
every meal. So it's too bad Tommy Cutlet still isn't around, because then it's an
yeah.
easy answer.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
you just
yeah.
have
It is.
cutlets.
You're right.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
A nice veal parmesan here. Oh.
they're saying Scatterbo will get the next deli sandwich. It'll be like 8 kinds of
That's
Italian
right.
meats and like provolone. And that's it.
Great.
Yeah,
Hey,
he
let's
needs a
talk
sandwich.
about what's coming up here
Big weekend.
this weekend. And again, first things first, tomorrow, Taste at the Track. It's the Caribbean and Rum Party.
Yes.
And how are things going?
We are actually sold out.
Really?
What?
Man.
Yes.
I was
like-
telling
We
people
are
to go
sold out.
online.
We
Wow.
will do a few at the door. So if you're still interested in coming,
If you mention Lunchbox, he'll
Yes.
it's the secret
Yes.
word.
well, we usually have about 15 to 20 tickets that we will do at the door. I just like to keep the event under 400, so everyone.
Wow, this
can
is
kind of,
great.
but yeah, we sold out. I was surprised because this is usually not one of the most
Well, you know-
popular ones, but
no,
it is.
but there's such a lively group, and the dancing and the salsas and the
Yeah.
merengues,
Oh,
and
no, it's
everybody
fun.
is
The
up.
island ones are
Anytime
fun.
you have all the
They're all fun.
Latinos together, it's great. It's
What
a
we
party.
find out too is the sooner we get the menu on the website or
helps.
the
Yeah.
drinks on the website, people
Yep.
are like, okay, now I know what I'm in for.
Yep,
Right,
yep.
But we were at 275 2 or 3 days ago and did a final social media push and email blast. And as of this morning, we hit 350, which is our max.
Nice.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. So
That's
disregard what I said earlier. Don't go online to
Just if
GulfstreamPark.com.
you really want to come, show up at the door, but
Hopefully
try to
they'll let
show
you
up
in.
early because sometimes we'll do 10 or 20 tickets. Show up by like 1 o'clock.
Yep.
VIP is sold out, but if you show up at 1, Like I remember one gentleman showed up at like 2:33, and we told him like we're really sold out. We already sold 20 tickets at the door. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're jamming.
Well, congratulations on the
That's amazing.
continued success. People love this
Yeah,
whole
they're fun.
concept.
Yes.
And do you have the next one lined up?
So I have the menu for tomorrow. We can go over, and I
Yeah,
also
for
have
sure.
the next one will be November 16th. It'll be another Sunday gravy edition.
Oh, the Italian.
Of the Italian.
Oh, I'm there.
Oh, and I have a
So-
shot at going because
See,
Lubie
that's why I'm not going
to
to Spain for the Dolphins because
Yeah.
he's
Yeah, be here
doing
for
the
that.
paninis,
That makes me so happy.
martinis,
Oh my
Beautiful,
god.
man.
Yeah, we do
linguine.
martinis, paninis, and linguini.
Oh, that's look at that.
And Tony
alliteration.
is doing-
Isn't that
I like
great?
that. That's
Isn't that
beautiful.
great?
Tony is doing a
You'll
fist
You'll
pump
be
on
here.
the side.
It's before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I was gonna say bikini too, but that ended up in HR. So I had to drop that one off and just do
That's too much of your
pattini and
UNLV.
linguini.
It's all good. All right, so let's do a quick recap of the menu. That
Sure.
again, if you want, show up at 1:00, whisper the secret password, which is lunchbox, and Joe will sell you a ticket to get in
Absolutely.
there at the door. But it's going to be great. What's the lineup you got?
So we have at table one will be a grilled jumbo jerk chicken wings, obviously for Jamaica style. That'll have a
Nice.
mango
Yeah, man.
pineapple salsa,
Nice.
and then we'll have conch fritters with a calypso sauce, which is from Turks and Caicos.
Okay.
Table two will be a stuffed plankton cup with picadillo, which is from Puerto Rico,
Okay.
and we'll also have griot and pickles, which is from Haiti.
Haiti.
Yeah.
Griot,
So,
yep.
so
Yep.
griot, if you don't know, obviously
Griot,
is
yep.
pork shoulder
Yeah.
into chunks and then
Yep,
deep
yep.
fried.
Fried.
Yeah.
Okay, and then table three will be ham croquettes with mojo. That'll be Puerto Rico, and then we
Or
have a
croquetas, as they say
Yes.
down in Hialeah.
Yeah.
and then we
Yeah.
have a coconut milk ceviche shooter from the Bahamas.
Interesting.
And then table four, which I Googled this time. So
Okay,
I
we
question.
know what's
We
going
have table four. We have the chana aloo, which is from
Oh,
Trinidad
yeah.
and Tobago.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
is a chickpea curry.
Yeah, and it's
with
kind of
potatoes.
derived from India and
Yes.
Pakistani
Yes.
flavors because they're
West Indies.
they're related.
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct.
Somehow.
And then the sandwiches de mezcla from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Traditionally is like a canned meat like Spam and like a spreadable cheese. We're doing real ham. Okay, real ham.
Mhm.
But it is a spreadable cheese. It's not like deli meat type of
Yeah, yeah.
cheese, but that's the sandwichitos. And then on the main long buffet table, you can have arroz con gandules. We'll do a Trinidad macaroni pie,
Okay.
a 3-bean salad, and cassava fries. That I
Oh,
didn't
wow.
Google, but
That's
Okay.
there's and of course the dessert.
desserts:
array.
coconut flan, rum cake, coconut and pineapple mousse, and the hummingbird cake, which is essentially a carrot cake with banana and pineapple.
Oof.
So
Man.
Gonna
it's
be
like
a
it's a spiced
spectacular
cake
time.
with
Quick rundown of all the rums. I mean, you got some really good ones coming.
Oof, we have
Yeah.
Papa's Pilar, Don Q, Ron Zacapa, Planta Rey, Diplomatico, Appleton Estate, Bacardi Havana Club, Santa Teresa from Venezuela. We have Glenlivet 12 Caribbean cask or Jamaican cask, a little twist, but
Nice.
we have a little scotch there. Blue Chair Bay, which is actually the rum by Kenny Chesney. And then we have Barcelo, Botron, Pusser's Navy rum. We're doing a painkiller. It's their
Nice.
signature drink. And then we'll have Mount Gay as well for dark and stormies.
Very,
Nice.
very
Jeez, You
nice.
covered all the islands.
Yeah,
That's
we did.
it. And
Covered all the
and
islands, all
then
the rums.
going back to back on Sunday, we're gonna have our lunchbox brunch bash. It's looking like a small but select field so far. I'll get you the final numbers.
Yeah.
And again, if you want to join us at a discounted rate of $44 per person, that includes a mimosa, and then it's plus tax and tip. But the all-day buffet, we're gonna get together about noon this Sunday. Couple of contest winners, a couple of paying guests. I'll be there. Val'll be there, and we're gonna have ourselves a good
It's a
time.
blast.
So
It's really good.
just email me at mikemayoeats@gmail.com by, let's say, noon tomorrow, and then I'll get the final count to Joe. But right now it's looking in the 15 to 20 range. But it's going to be a fun day, and we always have a good time. You can watch some football,
Yes.
and you get all the games, so you don't
Yeah.
have to subject yourself to the Miami Dolphins.
Like I do.
And of course, live racing here and throughout the country. Some bad news. There was a $250,000 carryover to a pick 5, which is a rare thing at Keeneland today. I, of course, plunged heavily on it because I won some money yesterday. I had a tip that actually came in on a 20-1 shot at Aqueduct. But anyway, the first race is a horse named Our Shenanigan, and our friend Pat Utter at
Yes.
Shenanigans.
How do we not just
I alerted him to it, and he was the favorite at 6-5, and of course he finishes third. It blew up a lot of tickets. I had a couple of tickets with the all button. It was won by like a 18-1 shot.
Oh, nice.
And then I got knocked out in the second leg. I had the favorite on a bunch of tickets, and he finished second. So the
Jeez.
woe is me.
There you go.
But the bottom line is Pat. Okay, here's a move like that. I think Defoe would have pocketed the money. Pat, I told him about the horse. he says put 100 on the nose, but he didn't send it to me until after the race was run,
Yeah.
and I already knew that he finished third.
Yeah.
Do you tell them that it's already run, or do you just say, "Oh,
No,
okay"?
you say you didn't get it in. So I mean,
No,
because
I'm
he lost and he
honest,
never got the money.
And he's a great, he's a
He
great
lost,
guy
so
and a
who
great
cares?
sponsor. And I told him it's a
Yeah.
good thing you're too late. The race is over. You
And they
saved
lost.
$100.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He finished third, and then he said, "What a horrible name that the horse had." So,
There you go.
but anyway,
That's good, people.
and this gets us to this week's contest because we do have some handicapping to be done. And this is, I don't know if you realize it this week, Joe, but I really got to thank you on behalf of the whole Lunchbox crew.
Well, obviously.
This is week and contest number 150.
Incredible.
It's been 150
Wow.
weeks
That's
of
a good thing.
contests.
That's a good thing.
It is good. Wow, we're almost to 3 years.
His face scared me. He was
Wow.
like, "Oh
It's like-
shoot, it's that
It's
long."
like Defoe's like, don't ever come.
That's 3
Wow.
years.
Yeah, it's the coming up on the third anniversary
great.
at the beginning of
Yeah.
December, and we've done 150 of these, and they've actually figured it out. And
Yeah,
it's,
no, people love the contest. We
it's-
make fun of you every week, but people
Yeah,
really love
yeah.
it.
No matter how many times you add all these like 5 different
Five different
tiebreakers and everything else like
Yeah.
that, you know.
what anything that prevents me from having to make those little slips
Exactly.
out and pull rabbits out of a hat. All
That's
right,
it.
so it is time for this week's Lunchbox Gulfstream 10 Poems Sunday Brunch giveaway. All you're going to do is email the answer to this week's restaurant trivia question along with your horse selection for this week's Gulfstream Saturday contest race. And this is a good one because it is the Florida Sires Series. The second leg of it is tomorrow. We're going to make the contest race 11, which is the one for the colts. That is known as the Affirmed Division, 7 furlongs on the main track. So race 11, and it's an 11-horse field. So you give me a number from 1 through 11. And then this week's tiebreaker, unfortunately, is the glamorous Dolphins Browns game. You're going to give me the winner, the point margin, and the total points in the game. Send that all to MikeMayoEats@gmail.com by noon tomorrow, October 18th. And let's see. Are you ready? So instead of National Pasta Day, I'm going to be celebrating the return of stone crab season, which was this past week on the 15th. Stone crab season runs until May 1st. Do you carry stone crabs here?
We don't.
Okay.
No. If we do, it would be a special.
It's
if we had
special, right?
deals,
You've had them
like-
before,
Okay.
We've had them, but not on a
Yeah,
regular
not
basis.
on a regular
Yeah, it's not
basis.
regular,
But we do love our stone crabs in South Florida
That's our
when
thing.
we hit big at the races, or
100%.
if our trust fund is
If someone is
healthy.
taking us out to dinner.
Yeah, we have a hookup.
Yeah.
Right.
Again. But this shocked me when I was looking it up this morning. We've never had this restaurant as a clue, as an answer yet, and I don't even really have to say anything after
everyone
that.
knows what
But
it is.
we are celebrating the return of stone crab season, so. Here we go. I really don't need 3 clues, but I'm going to do it anyway because I spent time
And now we
writing
know what
them.
it is.
This iconic restaurant near the southern tip of Miami Beach is Florida's
Oh, yeah.
second oldest restaurant, opening in 1913 as a humble lunch counter.
So we've really never done this?
I looked it up and everything.
Okay.
It opened in 1913 as a humble lunch counter, serving fish sandwiches and crawfish. Here's a fun
Wow.
fact. It wasn't until the early 1920s
Okay.
that it started serving its signature dish at the urging of a Harvard marine scientist
Wow.
who
Interesting.
discovered
Oh, that you could
that
replenish
these
them.
things were all over the Biscayne Bay and all around the surrounding waters, and that you could actually, just poke one claw off, and they would
replenish,
regenerate.
Yeah.
And the original founder of it didn't know how the heck what do you do with it, and he figured throw it in boiling water and then see what happens, and that's
Yeah.
what they did, and then they cooled it off and you serve them chilled and cracked, and
Oh wow.
a
So they
new
really did
food
start
item.
the trend. Is that what it is?
They
Like-
started the
Oh, okay.
the
Wow.
whole
Okay, so that I never realized that. Okay.
serving of this particular
Dish.
delicacy.
Yeah.
All right, number 2. The menu used to include an ode written by famed New York newspaper columnist Damon Runyon,
Really?
who described the prized crustacean as, quote, priced by the carat with a shell harder than a landlord's heart, which is a great
Nice.
line. That's a
Nice.
very
I
good
mean,
line.
that's Runyon.
Yeah.
And number 3, it has been privately owned and operated by the same family since the beginning.
Wow.
Is estimated to be the top grossing independent restaurant in the U.S.
Yeah.
and
Wow.
now has licensed outposts in Chicago,
Yes.
Las Vegas, and Washington, D.C.
Okay.
The restaurant where I think our president attempted to dine a couple of weeks ago.
Yes,
and
yes. Okay, so that one is connected in some
well, it's
offshoot way.
it's like a they
It's like
they don't
franchises or
operate
something,
it,
yeah,
but they do license out the
Their
name,
name, okay.
and
Yeah.
send up the stone crabs.
I had
So-
a great steak at the one in Chicago.
oh, good. For
Really?
Yes, I did.
Nice.
I did.
Nice.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right, and then just my final
I
fun
was gonna
fact,
say
because
the
this
fried
is a
chicken.
historic restaurant. The restaurant now takes limited reservations, but veteran walk-in guests know that you should always tip the maitre d' or captains
Okay,
who
so
eased your
the-
weight after the meal,
Right.
not
after.
before.
So the
Correct.
Stupping
Correct.
thing, they didn't. It was that they didn't do reservations at all.
Yeah, back in the
Correct.
day before
Really?
COVID
Yes.
changed it.
Yes,
When they came
yes.
back
Yes.
after COVID,
Everyone had to go there, and so it was
Yep.
first come
Yes.
first
You had
served.
to
What it
wait.
was?
yeah.
I didn't
But
know
if-
it was a
unless you-
gratuity after it. I was like,
Unless you pulled them up.
Yeah.
Please
you
sit
pulled
me
them up.
down.
have you been recently? Or
Not recently.
I used to
no.
go every year, and then it's become a habit that I don't get down there.
It was
But
far.
Yes.
but if you were with Hank Goldberg
Yeah, he would. No,
or
he lived there. Yeah.
or Joe Hirsch from the Daily Racing Forum, who used to take a group of racing riders out, his treat every year, and Joe was a great guy too.
Yeah.
But being there with Hank was always a treat. Tony, I'm sure, was
Tony's
a
like a
veteran of
fixture.
many. Oh, his life. Yeah, we'll get
Tony's
his.
a
When I
picture.
worked in South Beach, I went more often. In most cases, I went to the takeout. You
Yeah,
know, the
I heard the
roadside
takeout's
takeout.
pretty solid.
Window, yeah, yeah.
Honestly, the fried chicken is some of
Yes,
the best
it
I've
is.
never
you will
had it.
ever get.
I've
It
only
is-
It's okay. I mean, it's
I
good
thought it
for
was pretty good.
$8.95.
It's
It
great.
used to be
I thought it was great.
$5.95.
Yeah. I thought it was great. And the key lime pie. I mean,
Key
the
lime
key
pie is
lime
fantastic.
pie is good
Key
too.
lime pie is
Solid.
It's good.
And I like the cream spinach.
And I can't believe after 150 contests that this is the first time that we're getting to
Wow.
this.
I really
so
before we did this before.
no, we
Incredible.
have never done this restaurant before. So again, send that in along with the winner of the 11th race tomorrow's card, 1 through 11, and the winner and margin and total points in the Dolphins-Browns game on Sunday to MikeMayoEats@gmail.com by noon tomorrow. All right, we got through it, Joe.
Nice.
That was a real. Sometimes you need a slam dunk, a 2-inch putt, a layup, and
Yeah.
it should be
Yeah,
pretty
it is
easy for
definitely
you
pretty
folks
easy.
out there. Even Sheldon G should be able to get this one.
Joe, a
Nice.
quick question for you,
Yes.
Joe. How do you decide the cut on the Caribbean food? Like you could go like 12 islands, 15. That must be tough to cut it off, right?
Yes, but I actually leave, honestly, when it comes to the food and the menus, I always
Yep.
just leave it up to the
To
chef
chefs, yeah.
because he knows his staff about what he could produce.
Right.
And he also knows, actually the food cost involvement and so forth.
Yep.
Because, these tickets are $60 for GA and $85 for VIP for 4 hours.
Man.
So he's only
That's-
getting maybe 40, 45 of that portion. So he has to come in at a certain food cost percentage. So
Man.
he'll play with it, but of course provide great value on that. So
That is an incredible menu. And as you're reading it, I'm just thinking, wow, you got this represented. You got
Yep.
this represented. Like, how do you,
well,
there's so many options. You guys did a great job there.
well, we have a lot of Haitian and
yeah.
and
I'm a huge griot fan.
and so
Yeah.
yes.
Well, if
so
you
we
want to
have,
come out tomorrow, we can meet you up
Yeah,
here.
let
If
me
you don't
know.
have to go to Cleveland, you've been spared. You don't have to eat kielbasa
Yeah.
when you got griot and pickles.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
great, Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say, Sue, it's like down in the culinary department. And although many people might think it's mostly Spanish, there is a strong
no.
Haitian contingent on my team.
Yeah.
And a lot of times he will go to them and go,
What
"What's
do I
your
do?"
recipe?" or "What would you like to do?"
Oh,
Right.
cool.
And empowers them. He doesn't
that's
like kind of
great.
dictate it to them
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
to do it. So
Nice. All right. Well, it's going to be a packed house, but again, show up. Maybe you can get in as a walk-in and say the secret word. It's not swordfish. It's lunchbox. So that's it. That's a Marx Brothers reference for people who are 100 years old. That's gonna. Well, that's not gonna do. We got to do another break, and then we're gonna welcome back Tony Segreto. And then we're going to get out of here for the weekend. It's going to be a great one. So a doubleheader here at Gulfstream for us and for you as well. I hope everybody can make it out at least one of the 2 days. All right. Before we go, let's do a quick word for our friends at Tropical Acres Steakhouse. Again, they have the Twin Lobster Special ongoing through mid-November, $39 for 2 freshly steamed New England lobsters with a salad and a side dish. You can't beat that deal. Monday through Friday, while supplies last. They have happy hour in the bar tonight from 4:30 to 6:30. You can't beat that deal. $8 Belvedere Martini. That's my play. And then, of course, you got the great stuff in the main dining room, prime rib, filet mignon, lamb chops,
Well,
rack of
I love
lamb.
that they do the lobster special even on Friday, right?
Yeah. even on
$39
Friday.
for a twin lobster special.
And they do it on Saturdays for a little bit more, but
Yeah.
Oh, that's
you wanna
really
get
cool.
the value. Yeah.
and they're also trying to beef up their takeout.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
So I know
Nice.
everyone knows they have the butcher shop in front
Yeah,
and they have the meats displayed. I was just
Yep.
there this week for dinner. But now they're also doing like a weekly special or 2
I
weekly
hear they got
specials. Like
shepherd's pie.
this week was
Oh,
shepherd's
nice.
pie. I hear next week they're doing the meatloaf, which
oh,
I'm probably
good.
going to pick up 1 or 2 of the
Oh, good.
meatloaf
Look
just
at
to
this.
try that. So
Yeah, no,
He's
Joe's
not
great.
just a the great
gets about town.
hospitality
We love
director
Joe.
here. He knows what's what
Yeah.
around town.
I
So
pass
that's
it
good.
on my way
Nice.
home every night. So.
Nice. And one last note: it's never too early to book for the holidays.
Thanksgiving.
They are
They
open
are open.
Thanksgiving Day, and if you want to spare yourself the hassle of the shopping, the cooking, the cleanup, and the throwing your drunk
Tony-
uncle out,
Joe
just
just
do it
named
at Tropical
2
Acres.
comfort food dishes. Thanksgiving is like the prime
Yeah.
comfort food
Yeah,
holiday.
they have a
So
great menu. Give them a call today to get your reservations for either this weekend or the holiday. Thanksgiving is coming up. 954-989-2500 Tropical Acres. They've been there for 76 years. They're open every day but Sunday, and we love them. Say hi to the Studiali family and tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, let's take the final break, and we'll wrap up this week. I am ready for all kinds of eating action.
Yes.
I'm not going to listen to my doctor's advice because my A1C is perfect.
that'll start
So-
Monday.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah, 5.8 after a year,
Really?
after 6 months on the
Wow.
Ozempic. Yes,
Wow.
I'm very proud of myself, and that's after opening the bag of Halloween candy and eating some of it on Sunday.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back after these words. Thank you, Joe. We'll see you
Joe,
tomorrow
thank you,
and
my
friend.
Sunday.
I'll see you all tomorrow.
After these words.
Thank you.
Hey, Lunchbox fans, is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligans, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Guess who's back and better than ever? Juan's. For the best in classic old school Chinese cuisine, a family-run South Florida favorite since 1966. It's at 664 North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Chef Alex is carrying on the family tradition that started 4 generations ago. It used to be known as Christina Juan's Mandarin House, and you're going to love it as Juan's. They've got all your favorites: wonton soup, spare ribs, egg rolls, dumplings, Peking duck, and more. Combo lunch specials daily and takeout and delivery. For more information, go to their Instagram page at wans.fl. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. The finest quality, warm hospitality, and world-class creativity. Those are the ingredients that make Daniel's, a Florida steakhouse, a special place. Come experience the restaurant that's Michelin Guide recommended and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved, with an impressive collection of steaks, seafood, and more, like their foie gras creme brulee. Daniel's is located at 620 South Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, just south of the New River Tunnel, open Tuesday through Sunday for dinner. For reservations and information, go to danielssteak.com. Hey, it's Mayo here for Prezzo Italian Restaurants. 2 locations, Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail, and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In Garlic We Trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days, featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information, go to eatprezzo.com. Same great Thai food, beautiful new location. I'm talking about Eat Thai, now in Boca Raton at 6299 North Federal Highway. Thai cuisine is having a moment, and Chef Sopanut makes some of the best in South Florida. A hip and modern spot with authentic Thai street food and some innovative twists. The spicy oxtail soup, Thai bouillabaisse, shrimp ceviche, and classic noodle dishes will wow you. And they now offer full liquor and craft cocktails too. Open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Go to eatthaiflorida.com for more information. All right, we're back at 10 Palms at Gulfstream. Going to be a big weekend here. It's a big Friday already. If you got legends in the house, you've got Chris Perkins in the hizzle. You've got fresh Papa Lubie.
There you go.
He's looking all refreshed after guzzling some caffeine and wine. And
I think of you often because I see the Perkins.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, the pie
Chris
shop.
Perkins pie
Yeah,
shop.
that makes me think of Tiger Woods. But that's a whole other conversation.
Hey, so let's do a little overtime because we did a lot of sports talk, a little bit of
fine.
food talk now. Again, National Pasta Day today. I usually don't really pay much attention to these silly food holidays unless it involves a food I love. And of course, I love pasta. And so I'm just going to throw it out there. Like if I say, hey, I'll take you anywhere on my dime tonight to go for a place for, some pasta. Just like you can't order the veal, you can't order the fish, just some pasta dishes. Where you going, Chris Perkins?
Wow, that's a good question. I don't know because, I like simple. So with my pasta, I like pasta, have butter, have olive oil, and garlic.
Olio
I like
olio.
simple.
Really?
Yes,
Oh,
I like
very
simple.
simple.
I got
Very
some
simple.
places for you. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
But and
So
then,
I don't know. I don't know.
right
who-
near you on 79th, isn't there a place called Cafe Prima Pasta that's been around a long
Prima
time?
Pasta.
Do you
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
go in
yeah.
there?
Yeah, I've been there. I've been to. There's a place Battle Berlin. There's a place Petrolunga.
Okay, so you
right
got
there.
some
So,
places.
yeah, I've got some places. I just
Okay.
don't know who.
I had to
but
jog
maybe
your
Battle
memory.
Berlin.
Tony Segreto, Mr. You are. When I think of Italian, I think of you. I think of Joe Beja. Any
My
place?
house.
Your
Yeah, I was
house.
gonna say,
Yeah, see, that's
his
what I was
wife
going to
is
say.
insane about
That's
it,
what I
so-
was going to say, but yeah.
She would get mad at him if
Okay.
he went somewhere for pasta.
Mike Lubie Lubitz.
It's funny because yesterday was the
birthday boy. Right.
So-
Did you go anywhere?
No,
Yeah.
so we had
Nice.
friends. I did trivia, so I wasn't going anywhere. But on the way home, we have some friends that were like, "We're gonna come over and we're gonna bring food." What does Michael like to eat? And Shirley knows what I like to eat, but she actually wasn't wrong because we love pasta, and in our area, there was a place called Sal's that did a really good job with vodka sauce,
Yep.
and they went.
Sal's or Sal's?
Sal's. I always pronounce it weird.
It's like a mini regional
Well, they
chain.
only have two. They have one in Sunrise.
Oh, they're down to
that
two.
exists, and the one in Coral Springs. It didn't go belly up. It was actually very popular, but the COVID period after, they literally had that sign hiring, and it was like 12 positions, and that was like that for like 2 years.
Wow.
So eventually, they just went out of business because I don't think they could find the staffing.
Yeah.
And we haven't found a place where there's a lot of Italian places in the area that I
Wolf.
like.
Yeah.
Pasta and.
Well, Pasta Ann does a good job, but again, Pasta Ann's like, I don't know, it's
up
different.
there.
It's
Remember,
different.
the way I
and it's
framed the
like-
question is, I'm taking you out. So
You're
you
saying
could say
for any pasta anywhere? Yeah, I would say Pasta and or Eddie and Vinny's. Those are the two places that, because I know Eddie and Vinny's, they do house made, and
Right.
even the cacio
They
pepe is
have the-
really nice.
they have the tagliatelle with
Yes.
the bolognese sauce.
Yes.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
excellent.
So either of those two places, I was just thinking of like, okay, it's Tuesday night. I want to go get some quick pasta. It's right now I'm struggling to find a place in my area. If I could go anywhere, Casa D'Angelo does a great job. I love Eddie and Vinny's,
Aaron
and Pasta
Grider.
Ann would be my top three. Yeah.
The great Aaron Grider, who's involved
Yes, yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
first racing. He, So you know me. I can't keep the list down to below 20.
I was
I mean,
gonna
I could
say.
rattle off right now. Miami-Dade. I just went for the first time. A
Yeah.
place people have been telling me about for it's been open probably 10 years, and they recently moved to a bigger location called Macchialina. And the chef there his specialty is these house-made pastas, and they had some really good ones. So Macalina is on my list for fresh pasta. Of course, we have our great sponsors, Casa D'Angelo. If you want some great daily specials, and they always are making some really nice pasta dishes there.
Look, Prezzo does a nice job.
Prezzo does a great job
I've gone
up
there
in
for pasta.
Boca. Then we've got, of course, Runway 84 and our friends Anthony and Mark Falsetto. I love the linguine and clams there.
That's beautiful.
I could go in there and just get
No,
some
it's funny.
linguine and clams
At
or their
Even
Sunday
Keel,
gravy.
when Even Keel, the carbonara, that's
clams
really nice.
carbonara
That's
is a
really
great
nice. And that's
pasta dish.
pasta.
At Anthony's, you get the mussels
Right.
and the pasta.
You're good.
Put them together, you're good.
I love that.
No,
Well-
and then one more place I wanted to mention. Well, actually, two more places because you know me, I can't help myself.
why
No,
not?
three more places.
Right.
See Mario in Pompano
I've
Beach.
heard it's fantastic. I've heard
See
See
Mario
Mario's
for
really good.
seafood with your pasta is great.
Nice.
There's a place. It's kind of a humble place because it's actually a pasta factory. They produce pastas for a lot of restaurants in the area, but it's called Spaghetto in Davie. It's in this
Okay.
little warehouse
yeah.
district. It's very close to the Hard Rock Casino.
Okay.
But Spaghetto has a little kind of low-key dine-in area, and their basic pastas with basic sauces are really good.
Love that.
And it's a bring-your-own-wine place, so you're not going to spend a
nice.
lot of. They don't have any
Where is
wine.
it?
It's in this little warehouse. It's off of, I think it's called Oaks Road or something, but it's a little bit north of Griffin Road, just off 441 before you get to 595.
Interesting.
And it's off along the side. It's called Spaghetto. It's kind of one of those hidden gem places.
Yeah,
And
I
of
love
course,
those- I
Mimi's
love those
Ravioli,
places.
we were just there, where if you're going to be picking up and doing it at home, they've got unbelievable array
Yeah.
of pastas. That's a
Unbelievable.
great place to go for National Pasta Day.
Yeah.
And what was the last place? Oh, a little kind of hole in the wall near my house now in Fort Lauderdale, Rio Vista. It's called Osteria Acqua e Farina. And they have good little kind of Neapolitan style pizzas, but they also
Yeah, I
have
love
some
that.
great pasta dishes, including they do the olive oil and garlic.
Yeah, yeah.
They do a great linguine and clam sauce, and they also do one of Val's favorites, which is the orecchietti
Orecchietti.
Yeah, I
with
love
the broccoli
porchetta.
rabe
Yes,
and the sausage
Oh,
in
yeah.
the olive
Excellent.
oil.
Yes.
And they
I-
also do something you don't see every day, which is kind of a ziti with the crumbled chicken livers.
Oh,
And that's a dish is hardcore. Like a lot of people
That's-
don't like
yeah.
chicken liver.
Oh,
but
if you're going, when I think pasta, I thought you meant it has to be an Italian place that does pasta. You're bringing orecchietti into the mix, and
No,
the Catherine's orecchietti
orecchietti,
dish, short rib orecchietti
it's
is really
pasta.
nice.
Why,
It's
why,
really
why-
nice.
Why don't you all come over to my house?
All right.
I've
Yeah,
never said
yeah.
no. I haven't gotten the invite. I'll tell you right now, Luca will get his first pasta at Uncle Tony's house for
Because
sure.
I'll tell you guys this. So if I love plain, but if I'm going with like a meat sauce, I love a bucatini. For
Nice.
pasta, right?
And
So-
bucatini is great. And how can I forget our friend Reno at
I was going to
Heritage?
say Heritage is
The
a great.
Malfaldini
Does a
with
nice pasta.
bolognese
Yep, that's a
Yeah,
nice-
is
yeah.
unbelievably good.
Bolognese sauce.
And when you talk about bucatini alla matriciana, which has
Yes,
the
that's one of
guanciale,
mine.
which is the pork
Yes,
jowl,
that is one of
and
my
the spicy,
favorites.
that
One of my
also they
favorites.
do it
Okay.
at that Osteria Acqua e Farina. It's on
Yeah.
Federal Highway in Davie Boulevard there in
Interesting.
Fort Lauderdale. It's actually the original home. It's a little kind of smallish place that where my friend Giovanni, he first had his Valentino restaurant. That was its original location. When he moved across the street to what is now Daniel's,
Yeah.
basically a cousin of his took over the property. So a cousin of Giovanni's is operating it with some other people. And that's again Osteria Acqua e Farina. They're open 7 days. It's great because
Nice.
a lot of Italian restaurants are closed on Mondays.
Yep.
So it's become my little kind of hideaway. We go in there sometimes on a Monday or Tuesday.
You know,
night.
if I say to my wife, "Hey, let's go to someplace to get pasta," and
Well, she's like, okay, so you want to divorce me?
Well, does she make it fresh? Does she actually like roll it out? And
she doesn't make it fresh.
Okay.
Okay.
'cause-
But
But- but she would be mortally wounded.
She
if
would
you
be like
said,
hurt. It
"We
would
gotta
hurt
go
her.
for
She
linguine."
knows
does
an
some-
Italian.
she does something to her sauce. Something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Oh yeah.
She
She
makes-
love. She sprinkles a little love in there. For you, Tony.
She
Yep.
makes
Yep.
rigatoni
Yeah.
with
meatballs or the Sunday gravy or peas
The
and
vodka sauce.
I'm a big Puttanesca guy also.
Puttanesca.
I know we're confusing, Tony. We're going so
Wait
far
a
away.
minute
I
here.
know.
With broccoli raw.
Raw broccoli
Oh,
raw with the
yeah.
sausage. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
Yeah.
all good.
There
All
you
right.
go.
Well, there you
Well, hope
have
you're
it.
hungry.
Sorry, Doc. I'm going to start my keto diet
Yeah, it
next
doesn't
week.
sound like you're listening to the doctor at all. You just named like 80 pasta places.
Hey, you're making that doctor money, Mayo. You're doing a good thing. You're buying his
What's
next
his
house.
name?
His name is Dr. Matt Moretti.
Oh,
No,
it's Italian
so-
anyway.
No,
Yeah.
and the thing, he's a big foodie. So the funny part is he spends the first, 10 minutes of, going over my blood work and then lecturing me about how I've still got to lose weight and I've got to stop eating pasta. And then he spends the next 20 minutes talking about restaurants and all the, where have you been? What's new? Because he
Right.
loves going out to like good high-end restaurants.
He knows how to make money.
It's
Yeah.
talking about
Exactly.
Right, he knows how to get that
exactly.
next house in Boca.
Yeah. He's like, I did my job. I told him, all right, now where do we go to eat? Mayo.
talk about mixed signals.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like
Exactly.
we live in a very, very
Interesting
complicated
world.
world. All right, guys, this was fun.
Yeah, it's always a good
Yeah.
It's too bad I'm out of the pick 5. It would have been more fun to hit one of those tickets, but it's just as fun sitting here and eating some good stuff here at 10 Palms. It's going to be a great weekend at Gulfstream. Come on out again if you want to join us for the Sunday brunch bash. MikeMayoEats@gmail.com. Just let me know the number of people in your party, and you can come join us. All right. Until Monday, where we're going to be at Prezzo. Okay, sorry, Doc. I'm still going to be eating pasta on Monday. We're going to be at Prezzo and Boca Raton. And we're going to have another fun-filled week next week. And until then, enjoy the weekend and enjoy every cent.